Hello and thank you for joining me. In this video we will be demonstrating the First Data Restaurant solution as it relates to a bar or nightlife environment. The First Data Restaurant solution is a bundled point of sale solution that includes all of the hardware, software, as well as service and support a restaurant owner or manager will need to effectively and efficiently manage their own point of sale system. The First Data Restaurant solution software was designed with three main principles in mind, and if we look up here on the top left hand corner of the screen, we'll see those principles. They're ease of use plus high reliability equals a low cost of ownership. We consistently hear from restaurant owners, managers, as well as staff that our point of sale software is the most user-friendly they have ever experienced. So that's a little bit about the First Data Restaurant solution. Now let's get started with a demo. Again, in this video we will be demonstrating the features and functionality most commonly used in a bar or nightlife environment. The most important thing here on our front page is our 10-key PIN pad. Each employee will get their own unique PIN number, or we can use a magnetic swipe card. They'll use that to log into their account, and this will also act as the time clock, so we can very easily pull a payroll report with all the hours worked as well as how much each employee is owed. To clock in, we'll go ahead and enter our PIN number. Then we'll select which job we're performing for this shift. Here you can see I'm clocking in as Ollie the owner at 4:57 p.m. and here are the three different jobs assigned to him. We'll select manager for this shift. Then we'll select which cash drawer we're associated with. Each terminal can be connected to up to 2 cash drawers, so we can very easily handle a multiple cash drawer environment. We'll select our cash drawer 1 there. Then once we're actually logged in, we'll have our menu. And part of the First Data Restaurant Solution bundle is the initial menu build. All a restaurant owner or manager needs to do is provide us a customer-facing copy of their menu, and they'll be working with a dedicated menu specialist that will ensure that everything's entered just the way that they want it. This is our main order entry screen, and let's first cover how the menu is structured. These buttons here down the center are called screen categories, but we can think of them as buckets that we place our different menu items into. And when we select a menu item, we can have what we call a choice set associated with that item. We'll go through some specific examples here in a moment, but these sets can be made either optional or we can make them required like this one here, and that's indicated by the little red question mark. So if I try to commit this order, it's not going to allow me to. I must make a selection. Here we can have a choice. We can also have an upcharge with that, and you can see those will populate on the ticket over here. We can also have a choice within a choice, so when I select this option here, it prompts me for another set of modifications. So any modification or upcharge we have can be accounted for in the software. That's how the menu is structured. Now let's run through a few common transactional scenarios. First thing I'd like to show you is how easily we can open and manage a bar tab. Rather than hanging onto the customer's card all night, we can swipe it right there on the side of the terminal. My system is set to pre-authorize for $25. You can adjust this amount or you can turn this function off. It's up to you. But this way we know the card's good for at least that amount, and you can see that it also pulls up a tab with that person's information on it pulled directly from their card. So we don't have to risk coming to the end of the night and have that card not run. We know it's good. We know exactly who it belongs to. That's how we open up a tab. Next thing I'm going to show you is what we call fast pay, and it's basically 2-tap order entry. So go to our draft beer section, and I'll make a quick note here. You can see that my draft beer section looks quite a bit different than my pub grub section. This draft beer is in what we call list view. The advantage to this is that we can search for items down here in this field. So if we have 1,000 different cocktails, we can very quickly start typing in what item we're looking for, and we'll narrow it down until we find that Alaskan. So we'll tap on Alaskan. Now we have a ticket open for $3.30. Down here we have our fast pay keys. So if they slide us a $10 bill, we'll tap on 10, and in big bold numbers our change due will pop up, cash drawer will open to make change, and if that were a food item it would print off from the kitchen at that point. 2 taps here, Bud Light, $3. We've taken care of a customer. We're on to the next transaction. So we can really see how that would move a busy bar line along. So that's fast pay. Now let's show you how we can name a ticket as well as split the check. We can tap on new ticket down here, and we can have that prompt us for our table map where we can select a table. We can customize this design and layout to meet our business needs. We can move all these tables around, change their shape, their size, rename them. We could even put an image in the background here if we'd like. Here we can either select a table or we can use a custom name to manually identify that individual by their shirt color or maybe their last name. So maybe these are the gals in the blue shirts. We'll identify the table that way. We can also select how many people are in that party, so let's go ahead and put it as a party of 2. Now you can see that we have a ticket open for 2 people for the gals in the blue shirts. And let's go ahead and give them some beers. So how about a Bud Light here, and how about, let's go ahead and give them some whiskey. How about a Crown Royal for this individual? Let's give them some food as well. How about wings 15? And you can see that we have a required choice set for our sauce. So let's go ahead and do ranch there. And how about some food here? How about some onion rings? So here we've entered our order. Press OK. Drinks would print off at the bar. Food's going to print off in the kitchen. Then that ticket will just hang out there. We can always very easily open it and edit it. Just tap on it. Maybe another person joined the table. Go ahead and tap on a new person. Let's give them something to drink as well. Maybe they got a glass of wine. House is in. And now maybe these first 2 gals would like another round of drinks. Go ahead and select their drinks and use the repeat button to quickly tack on another round. So we can see just how easy it is to modify and tack onto the ticket. Press OK again to commit those new items. And then again, we'll just wait. If they have another round, go ahead and select their drinks. Do another repeat and another one if we need to. Eventually it'll be time to pay this ticket out. We'll open that up, and if we need to split the check, that's no problem. Just go ahead and tap on split ticket. And here we can see that we use very clear diagrams as to how the tickets are split, so there really shouldn't be too much confusion here. We can put people onto one ticket and give people each their own ticket, or this last one here, it actually gives everybody their own ticket. So we can highlight that, and you can see that we can split, or we can split and print. So we'll go ahead and split that, and you can see that we have the 3 tickets, one for each of our guests. To pay a ticket out, let's go ahead and select one of them. Tap on the Pay tab here. Here on the Pay screen, we can actually split tickets again using these fraction keys. So those would be used in scenarios where they give us 2 or 3 cards and they said, hey, split it right down the middle. Go ahead and tap a half if it's 2 cards. That'll give us half of our total. Run the first card and then do the same for the second card. We can also accept as many different forms of payment on each check as we need to. So for example, on this one, maybe they give us $10 in cash and they told us to put the rest on their card. Go ahead and select 10 here, or use the keys in the middle to enter any custom amount. Go ahead and click on cash. Now since we still have an amount due, we'll make another payment. And we'll just swipe our credit card right there on the side of the terminal. That's going to confirm our sale. We'll click OK. And here you can see, even though the ticket is fully paid out, it doesn't close out yet because we still have an opportunity to add a tip to the credit card transaction. So when the bartender has time to add that tip, just go ahead and reopen it. Tap on the Pay tab here. Highlight the Visa transaction, and we'll enter our tip here. So we got $8. 8, enter tip, finalize. Then we'll go ahead and close that ticket out. So that's how we can name and split tickets. If we tap on this list view button, it provides us a few more options with our tickets. One thing we can do from this view is we can combine tickets. So maybe all these individuals would like to be on the same check after all. Go ahead and select those tickets, click combine, and now everybody here is back onto one check. We can also transfer tickets from this view. So maybe my shift is ending, a new bartender is coming on, but these people aren't quite ready to leave yet. Go ahead and select whatever tickets we need to, click transfer to, and here we're going to have a list of all the other employees that are clocked in. So I'll go ahead and transfer it to Belinda, and you can see it's off on my radar and onto Belinda's. And since I have no more remaining tickets, I can go ahead and clock out and end my shift by coming up to my personal page. Here on our personal page, we do have the option of our employees seeing a detailed shift report. This is going to include all their sales for the day as well as all their cash reconciliation. So if we need to balance out our bank, we can do that right here. This will either say cash due to the restaurant or cash due to the employee. So that'll balance everything out. Then to actually clock out, we'll go ahead and tap on clock out. And before we clock out, we can set it up so that our employees must enter their tips. Known tips would be any credit card tips. Adjusted tips here are our cash tips. So let's go ahead and put $8 in cash as well. Then we'll clock out. That ends our shift, stops keeping track of our hours, and takes us back to the front page where next employee can clock in or log in as necessary. So those are our standard front of the house order entry scenarios and ticket management functions. Let's go ahead and cover some of the back office management functionality now. So we'll tap on Manager here. That'll take us to another part of the software. This is where we're going to update our menu, add or edit employees and jobs, set up discounts, and also run all of our reports. We can see back here that we use complete sentences for each description, so it makes it really simple to figure out exactly where we need to go to make any changes. Let's cover the employees section first. We'll show you how we can edit the security settings for each employee. Here's where we create a new employee. We'll just edit Ollie here as an example. All we have to do is give that employee a screen name and a PIN number. That can be 4 or 6 digits long, or we can use a magnetic swipe card. A lot of places reserve those for their managers. But on the right here are security settings. So this is where we can pick and choose who has access to what parts of the software. So if we want to take away discounts or voids from a specific individual, go ahead and uncheck those boxes. And if they try to access that function, it'll prompt them to enter a manager's PIN number. So we can really lock the system down on an employee by employee basis. That's our employees section. Let's now cover the discount section, and we'll show you how we can create a new happy hour. Here we can have as many different discounts set up and running at any time as we like, and we can very quickly activate them and deactivate them as needed. Let's go ahead and create a new one here, and we'll just do a Monday happy hour. So enter our discount name in there so we can keep track of it. Here we can choose to apply this to the entire ticket or to certain items. So I'm going to select items on this one. And on the right we can apply it to an entire group of items or to specific items. So let's go ahead and put this on all of the micro drafts, domestic bottles, low can domestic drafts, domestic bottles. Pretty much all of our beers. So we'll apply it to all those entire groups. We could also pick specific items as well. Then we'll choose how this affects the price. So we can force an item to be a certain price using a force price. We can do a dollar amount off, we can do a percentage off, or we can enter it when it's given. Let's go ahead and do a dollar amount off here. We'll do $1 off. Down here we're going to go ahead and check this box to apply it automatically. Which, since this is a regular ongoing discount, we'll check that. Down here at the bottom we're going to select exactly what days and times this applies. So we'll go ahead and put this on Mondays between the hours of, say, 4 p.m. and let's say 7 p.m. And then outside of these hours that we set up, we don't have to worry about employee giving away discounted prices because those discounts won't be available to them. Down here we can even set a date range for this to last. So if we have a special running for a week or two, we can set it up in the software and basically forget about it. That's all we need to do. Go ahead and click OK. Go back to our menu, our bottle beer. Let's go ahead and do a Budweiser bottle, and you can see that'll automatically discount it, taking $1 off. So we'll pay that out, and we'll be able to see that discount in our reports. So that's our discount section, and again, we can have as many different discounts set up and running at any time as we'd like. Let's move on and let's cover the reporting section. Our reporting section includes over 80 separate reports broken down into several categories, from product mix to auditing to sales to labor. Let me just show you a couple of the most popular ones here. Sales reports are always fun to look at. Item sales alphabetical is a very handy report. All of our reports can be pulled up from any time period. We have some standard templates here, but we can also pull it up for a custom range down to the exact hour and even minute and second. Let's go ahead and pull this one up month to date. This report here gives us every single item that we sold in that time period in alphabetical order. So of each item here, we have the price, quantity, average price, gross sales, and any discounts that were applied to that item. This is a very handy report for adjusting our menu as well as adjusting our prices. All of our reports can be saved into these 4 different file formats: PDF, RTF, Excel, and CSV, so we can very easily manage our reports. Let me show you probably the most popular report, and that's the financial overview. This is a great summary report, a good quarterly report, monthly, or even for the day. It's a good handy report. Up in the top left we have our gross sales by revenue class, all the different types of items we sold, and the dollar amounts. Down the center we would have all of our discounts, so we can keep track of exactly how many times and for how much each one was used, so we can really tell what's working and what's not. Here we have our different types of tender that we took in. We have our sales by different parts of the day, all the different taxes that we collected. So we can see there's quite a bit of information here at our fingertips. And as I mentioned, we do have over 80 reports. We can very easily save any of them as a favorite, and the next time we access the reporting section, those will be the first ones that pop up. So that's our detailed reporting section. Under daily here we have a Nice end of the day report. This is very similar to a Z report for a cash register. If you have any experience with a cash register, this is a good way to pull up sales data for the day, or we can print this right off on the receipt printer and toss it in with our deposit for the night. This report, just like all the others, can be pulled up from any time period as well. So that's our daily tab, and that's pretty much everything I'd like to cover in this video. Please view our other videos for other market segments such as fine dining, quick service, as well as pizza, if those apply to your establishment. If you'd like to schedule a personalized demo, please contact your local First Data Restaurant Solution sales representative, and we'd be happy to schedule a demo with you. Thanks again for joining me, and good luck with your business.